What is going on, everybody? It's the Frauds, and we're here for a SmackDown review for May the 7th, 2021. This was the SmackDown Throwback Edition on Fox, which apparently was not WWE's call, was actually Fox's call, as they did advertise through the night that they were doing NASCAR Throwback as well this week. So, I don't know exactly what they were thinking about doing here. And what did they do for Throwback? Did we get WWE to take... Because they have between Monday and Friday, and then Friday and Saturday, Friday and Monday, to change the set out, and then change it back for Monday. Did they change the set? No. Did we get the SmackDown fist street in the CGI form, and it looked terrible? But what did they do? Michael Cole pulling out his old jean jacket with the WWF logo on it. It had the WWF logo, but he had it folded away when he was on camera with it, that you didn't see the F. You had Pat McAfee dressed up like a Vince McMahon from the early days of Monday Night Raw. Did we get classic SmackDown music with modern superstars? No, we didn't even get that. We saw the classic logo, the old logo, but... And here's something else that was weird, because usually when WWE does these throwback things on Raw, you would see the turnbuckles would have block lettering, like the block WWE logo. They didn't even do that. This was a regular episode of SmackDown with a coating of throwback on it. I mean, when they did title cards for matches, they would show the throwback style type title cards. That was basically it. I mean, we did get an Ico Pro advertisement, as well as the candy bar, the ice cream bars from Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and that was it. That was your throwback SmackDown. But we opened the show with the Tribal Chief, his new music, Jay and Paul Heyman. They come out. They couldn't even get, and this is another thing. You have SmackDown. You're calling it Throwback SmackDown. Tony Chimmel's not doing anything, is he? Tony Chimmel could have been brought in for SmackDown tonight. That would have been something throwback and something people would have looked into. But no. We had Rich Hamilton, like usual, which isn't a problem, but just for one night, could we have not have gotten Tony Chimmel to come back and call SmackDown? I think that would have been great. Also, before the show happened, we did find out that at WrestleMania Backlash, it will be the Mysterios taking on the Dirty Dogs for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Now, before we got to what happens in a bit, going into the show, we had 4 matches. We now have 5, but we'll get to that in a minute. We have 4. Bayley versus Bianca Belair, Charlotte versus Asuka versus Rhea Ripley, Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley, and Rey Mysterio and Dominic versus Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. So that was your title. That was WrestleMania Backlash's card going into this show. Mind you, next week is the go-home shows. Yes, Backlash, which was 5 weeks after WrestleMania Sunday. 5 weeks after. And they only was able to muster up so far 4 matches going into this show. Of course, the 5th one being made during the show. So again, we get a look back at Roman Reigns defeating Daniel Bryan last week. Now it is true, and it's been confirmed, Daniel Bryan, as of now, is a free agent. Daniel Bryan is not working for WWE. The match, it's kind of funny because for the longest time, I think at least since the beginning of this year, everyone was like, Daniel Bryan's contract is up in September. Daniel Bryan's up in September. He's going to go to AEW. He's going to show up at Double or Nothing or whatever. All Out. And he's going to wrestle in AEW. And it's like, no, I don't think that's going to happen. And even Daniel Bryan was like, I don't know what September came up. Because he had, I think, a 3 or 5 year contract that he signed in September a couple years ago. And you'd think the day he signed his contract would be the day the contract comes up. That wasn't true. As we found out after his match with Roman Reigns last week, that was it. His contract came up. He's done. And right now, honestly, if Daniel Bryan wanted to say, you know what, that's it. I'm retired. I might sign a Legends deal, come back every once in a while to show my face and everything, I would not be surprised, because he has been talking about wanting to stay home with his family. He has 2 kids now. wants to be a good dad, wants them to see him more. He doesn't want to be one of those guys who in 10, 15 years, we hear about how Daniel Bryan wasn't around his kids. His kids were raised by Brie the majority of the time, and that's it. He doesn't want that. So, yeah. It would not surprise me if Daniel Bryan's last match for wrestling for a while was last Friday. So we get to see what happened there. Reigns raises the title. He gets his introduction, and Heyman says Roman Reigns has asked him to eulogize the career of Daniel Bryan, which we will do with a 10-bell salute, and tells the timekeeper to, nope, we don't need you. We're going to do it ourselves. And Roman Reigns and Uso bow their heads. Heyman does the dings himself. Ding, ding, 10 times. His smile just getting bigger and bigger with every ding. Reigns says, unlike Bryan, he's a man of his word. He did what he said he was going to do. He puts everything on his back and carries it because because of this, we should acknowledge him, celebrate him, thank him because he always gives everyone what they want. The fans, the Fox, SmackDown, even Bryan. He says Bryan didn't want to be here, so he smashed him, pinned him, and got rid of him. If Bryan wanted to be here, all he had to do was acknowledge the tribal chief. Well, the good thing is that we have replaced Daniel Bryan with someone who will acknowledge me. The Uso music hits up again, and out comes Jimmy Uso, who is happy as hell to be back. It's great to see this guy back. We have not seen him in about a year, it seems like, because of knee injury. I mean, we did see him in October for a little bit, especially at Hell in a Cell when he was in that whole entire, causing Jey Uso to lose the I Quit match because he got, choked out by Roman Reigns. He hits the ring, he celebrates with his brother, then Roman, and he celebrates with Heyman, it's really, it's like, whoa, man, okay, calm down, good fella. The celebration is interrupted by Cesaro. He comes to the stage and says you can never replace Daniel Bryan. No offense, Jimmy. Says he has no time for Reigns tonight because he has to focus on his match with Seth Rollins, which is more important than, boom, from behind, here comes Roman Reigns. Here comes Seth Rollins. They brought ringside. Producers and officials come down to break things up. Out comes Hall of Famer Teddy Long to interrupt, player. And I was like, oh, God, we're not getting a tag team match, are we? Because the Usos are there. And they could have easily said, well, it's going to be the Usos versus Seth Rollins and Cesaro in a tag team match. But no, it's even better. If Cesaro can beat Rollins tonight, he will earn a title shot against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Backlash. Reigns attacks Cesaro from behind in the ring. And Rollins follows up by tossing Cesaro into the steel steps. Rollins brings Cesaro into the ring and beats him down in the corner as we go to commercial break. So, yes, look at this. Roman Reigns doesn't have to lose a non-title match to get somebody to be his championship opponent at Backlash. Another thing, Roman said Cesaro hasn't earned anything. He said that 2 weeks ago when he was giving the title shot to Daniel Bryan. He done said, you haven't earned anything, so I'm not going to deal with you. So, this is good. I really like the fact that they decided, well, we need Cesaro to get to Backlash. Instead of him just giving a shot, let's have him go through somebody like Seth Rollins again to get to WrestleMania Backlash. So, we get the match. I'm going to say the WrestleMania match was way better. This wasn't a bad match, but it definitely was better at WrestleMania. Jimmy and Jay were hanging out on the outside. Jay distracts Cesaro at one point in the match, allowing Rollins to do a superplex into a Falcon Arrow. Now, the match comes to an end because Rollins is on the outside. Cesaro is on the outside. Jay is going to distract the referee so Jimmy can do something. Rollins comes out and is like, no. I ain't Roman. I don't need your help. I ain't Roman. I don't need your help. Don't want to ask for it. I don't need your help. So, he throws Cesaro back in the ring. The referee's on Cesaro again. Jimmy... Jay comes up from behind, taps Seth Rollins on the shoulder. Rollins comes around and just shoves him on his ass and says, I don't need you. Who do you know who I am? I don't need your help. So Cesaro tries to bring Rollins back in. Referee pulls him back. Jimmy with a super kick to Seth Rollins. Cesaro with a leap over, taking down Jimmy. Brings Rollins back in. Hits the neutralizer. 1, 2, 3. Rollins was unsuccessful at stopping Cesaro. Cesaro will get his one-on-one, his first ever one-on-one World Championship match at Backlash. So, that is the title match. We all knew it was going there. Didn't know how they were going to get us there. Maybe they would have had Cesaro do something to get Roman to get pissed off enough to where he gave him the match. Good thing they didn't do that. I'd much rather have this. So, yeah, Cesaro versus Roman at Backlash. Should be a good match. There's no chance in hell Roman's losing to Cesaro. So, it should be hopefully a good match. Hopefully it's not going to be one of those things where it's like, we gave you the match, but we're going to have Roman beat you in like 2 minutes. I could totally see WWE going, well, the match is going to go like this. You're going to go out there, you're going to get beat down. Roman's going to beat the shit out of you, and he's going to just take you out. And that's all you see. But we'll see what happens. Backlash is next Sunday. We'll have to worry about it then. Back from break, and we announce it's confirmed Cesaro vs. Roman for Backlash. Roman Reigns is backstage with Seth Rollins. Walks in, he's not happy. He mentions their history and wonders if he should be upset at Roman or Jimmy. Reigns understands where he's coming from and says, yeah, my cousin screwed up. Screwed you over, but by you losing, that screwed me over. Now I have to deal with your loose ends, and that involves beating Cesaro, which I will do. He says he'll deal with his family. Rollins says, that's cool, we're cool, but you deal with him, or I will. And he walks off. So, I hope this is not leading to a Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns feud. Because we do not need... Well, unless they want to turn Seth Rollins babyface, which... I don't know. Like, you really can't turn Roman babyface, period. Nothing you do. You should not... Like, the only way you turn Roman Reigns babyface is if the fans turn him babyface. And I don't mean during the... like, COVID era, not doing this shit. Roman Reigns stays heel until we're in front of a live audience, and when the fans start start warming up to him, start cheering him, that's when you turn him heel. Naturally turn him heel. I mean, babyface. Don't turn him babyface just for the fucking hell of it. Teddy Long is backstage with Sonya Deville. Apparently, Adam Pearce was unavailable tonight. Thank you. No more bullshit between those two. Again, give SmackDown to Sonya, put Adam on Raw, and we just go from there. He thanks Sonya for having him. She mentions Adam Pearce being unavailable, but she relieved that she heard he would be here. Sammy walks in and starts telling Teddy about the massive conspiracy against him in the documentary coming out. Sammy knows Teddy isn't in on it, and as an unbiased official, he hopes Teddy will give him a shot at the Intercontinental title. He does a signature one-on-one with The Undertaker. But Sammy reminds him that he's retired. Teddy announces Sammy will team with Intercontinental Champion Apollo Crews versus Kevin Owens, the Street Profits, Big E, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Otis and his tag team partners will be Otis, Chad Gable, as well as King Corbin. And that's that. So, you had a good spot with Teddy Long at the beginning of the show with the coming out here and saying that if Cesaro won, he gets a title match at Backlash, which is good, but this was kind of stupid, and I hate when they do shit like this. Reigns is in the back when the Usos walk in. He's not happy how Jimmy Uso has already screwed up after returning for 1 hour. Jimmy says Reigns won't be talking to him in any kind of way like he talks to Jay, and he's nobody's bitch. He walks off. Jay looks at Reigns and then walks off to his brother, and we go to commercial break. And I'm like, damn, this guy's got some balls still. He hasn't had his cojones taken away yet. I know it's probably going to be coming, because that's how it always works out. But, wow, he has some balls. Imagine that. Somebody in the Reigns family has some balls. So, we got a Ruby Riott versus Carmella. This was about a 2-minute match where majority of it was Ruby and Carmella rolling each other up, seeing who could get the pin, leading into a code of silence for the 1, 2, 3. That's pretty much what that was. That was it. That's all you can say about that. And you wonder why people we have people upset with how WWE treats the women's division. You got that. That's what you got. Not much else I can say. We get a bunch of classic highlights. We saw the Hulk Hogan Edge winning the tag team titles, Booker T getting beat up in the supermarket, which they love showing that in any way, shape, or form. Out comes Bayley as they hype up her match against SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair. Bayley is out here to celebrate the women's champions in WWE history. We get another Brock Lesnar Big Show making the ring implode, which it was great when it happened, especially since you didn't know if it was real or not. Like, honestly, you could tell me that, yeah, those two I could totally see back then blowing up the ring. But then, of course, years later, Big Show, Paul White told us that, yeah, it was staged. It was staged. It was meant to happen, which kind of killed the buzz. And then WWE did it twice since. One with Mark Henry and Big Show, and one with Braun Strowman and Big Show, right? I think so. So it's not as special anymore. So, yeah. Let's see here. We have Bayley talking about all the women's champions. Then she trash talks about the woman she'll be facing at WrestleMania Backlash, as you see on your screen right there, Miss Bianca Belair. She comes out. They have words. They brawl. Bayley stands tall after eventually getting beat down. But she actually pulls at her earring, then attacks and takes her down, and whoa, buddy. That is going to be a match at Backlash. Where's Sasha Banks in all this? We have not seen Sasha Banks since the Friday after WrestleMania, in which she just looked into the camera, couldn't talk, and got pissed off and walked away. That's the last time we saw Sasha Banks. I get why you want to hold her off because, yeah, she's dealing with her. Like, they don't need her right now for the simple fact is she's not in the title picture, so why else would you want to sit there and waste her? So, I hope this is actually a good quality of this, because this was fire, and you gotta definitely hear what the Usos have to say, and this was one of the best promos. Oh, wow, that's definitely low. Oh, I see why. Hold on. Let's try this again. Whatever Roman do, benefits the family. Knows whatever you do, benefits Roman. And if you ask me, sit on the sideline for a whole year, hell, you the one that been fighting all his battles. Hell, you the reason why he a Universal Champ. He failed it all. Stronger together. As Roman is Universal Champion, it makes us strong. Check this out, Luce. He the head of the title, right? He gonna take care of Roman, right? I bet if you go to him now and you ask him if you need me, I bet he say no. I'm telling you right now, I need you. And we need each other. You wanna talk about family news? Well, picture this. Roman Reigns, Universal Champion. Jimmy and main event Jey Uso, WWE Tag Team Champions. That's representing the family right there, Uso. Yeah, good stuff between those two. Jimmy back, not even a full show, and he's already spitting fire, man. What? I know this is going to go somewhere. Like, definitely going to see Jimmy, like, turning on Jimmy getting attacked by his brother and me having some kind of feud. Probably, maybe next week we get them to, like, Jay attack Jimmy, and we end up with those two at WrestleMania Backlash. I could see that happening. I mean, it would be a hell of a match, Jimmy versus Jay. Who do you root for? But yeah. Then we go to Rey Mysterio versus we're supposed to be Rey Mysterio versus Dolph Ziggler. Rey and Dom are out. They get a tag team match again at WrestleMania Backlash. We get the John Cena debut thing, whatever. Ray waits in the ring. In comes the tag team champions. They goad Dominic into taking the match as Ziggler just pretty much picks on him, makes him tries to make him feel less than he is. He's just a rookie, blah blah blah, and he takes the match. Dolph Ziggler faces off against Dominic. The match goes maybe 2 minutes, and then Dolph Ziggler gets rolled up. 1, 2, 3. Dominic beats Dolph Ziggler in what was a very uninspiring short match. Honestly, you have Dominic Mysterio. He needs all the help. He needs long matches against guys like Dolph Ziggler to learn what he needs to be a good wrestler. I mean, hell, he feuded with Seth fucking Rollins, and here he is now working with Robert Roode, his father, of course, and Dolph Ziggler. Three of the best that you can talk about. They're setting Dominic up to be, maybe in a year or two, one of the top stars in WWE, working with great workers like Seth, like Dolph, like his father, and Robert Roode, and so on and so forth. We see what happened last week when Natalya, Tamina, and all them. I really don't care. And then we have Reginald versus Tamina. This was a waste of time. Remember a couple months ago, we had Reginald versus Sasha Banks. And it was a Cirque du Soleil match where Reginald didn't really get to attack Sasha. They were just jumping around the ring, doing a bunch of acrobatic shit. And that was great. We didn't have that type of match this week. It was just Reginald doing a bunch of tricks, bunch of flips. And then he gets knocked on his ass. Tamina goes up to the top. Shayna tosses her off. And the tag team champions beat down Natalya and Tamina. Tamina gets her arm stomped on, and then she gets put into a Samoan drop into the barricade, and that was that. That match is not happening at Backlash. That match is happening next week. So, hey, maybe they're going to take the titles off of these two, even though I don't really care who wins them. Honestly. They gave the tag team titles to the Moronics for a well over long time. They didn't need to have the titles as long as they did. And they weren't even on TV that often. And when they did, they faced off against jobbers or they lost. So should I really care about the women's tag team championships? No. Upon the crew, we get a bunch of hype package. We get hype from both teams going into the 10-man tag match. And we go to break. We come back. No entrances for these guys. Also, Roman in the back told Paul Heyman to go get Jay. So we're about to have something with that here in a bit. Apollo Crews, Sami Zayn, King Corbin, Chad Gable and Otis versus Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, Big E, and the Street Profits. No entrances, as I said, and this was a mess. I absolutely hate 10-man tag matches, and this is why. From jump, this thing was like a fucking mess. Everyone was on the ground by the end. Everyone's outside fighting. I don't know who the fuck the legal guy is. Apparently it was Shinsuke Nakamura and who else? It was Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn. Sami blocks the Kinshasa, tags in Baron Corbin. He ends up getting hit with the Kinshasa. Corbin hits the end of days. The heel team wins. Why should we care? Why should we care about this match? All 10 guys don't even get an entrance. These are supposed to be 10 of the biggest stars on WWE television. Wrong. If you're not Roman Reigns, you're not Jimmy, you're not Jay, you're not even Cesaro right now, you don't fucking matter. So, Reigns is backstage with Jay. He talks about the responsibility he has given him, all the work they have done for the family, how they love each other, and says he loves Jimmy as well and wants to give him the same opportunities to rise to the occasion, but he needs to know where he stands. He says, we're about to find out. Let's go. And they head to the ring. They head to the ring for the main event segment. We go to the ring, and out comes the champion with Jey Uso. He gets a few words in. He didn't envision this night to be like this. Out comes Jimmy. He takes the mic and asks Jay, where does he stand? He calls the I Quit match. Jay lost to Reigns and how he would quit. And shows us what happened on that night. The fact that Jay quit because Jimmy was locked into the chokehold by Roman Reigns and wasn't going to let go unless Jay quit. And then after that, he's like, you know what? If it was me, I wouldn't have quit to a guy like this. Not him at all. Jay says, Baines asks if that's what this is about. You're stuck in the past. We've moved forward. Me and Jay have moved forward. He's not going to be back and forth to Jay. This is simple. Fall back in line and stand with us and acknowledge me, or you can take your ass home. And when you turn on your TV, you're going to have to explain to your kids why you're sitting there with them watching the Tribal Chief and the Uso. Jimmy drops the mic. Starts running back, starts heading back, exits the ring at the same as we get the fake cheers. Jimmy gets out of the ring, stomps on the ramp, and tells him he needs to think it over. Just acknowledge him, dude. Get in line, man. And we can get back to doing our thing. When Cesaro attacks Roman Reigns from behind, he's unloading on him. Cesaro beats Reigns down in the corner. Jay runs in to make the save, but Cesaro drops him with ease. Jimmy's watching from the ramp. He's torn at what he needs to do. He runs in and attacks Cesaro from behind, but Cesaro levels him with a huge uppercut in midair. He goes back and nails it, neutralizer on Jay. He goes back to Roman, drops him with the neutralizer, and Cesaro stands tall going into his match at WrestleMania Backlash. Do I see him winning at Backlash? Fuck no. But we'll get back to that next week. Of course, you had to have Cesaro stand tall. You don't want to have Cesaro go out there and just look strongish and then just get beat. It wouldn't have worked. So, good on them to make him look strong. So, yeah, definitely a good end for him. Hell of an ending. The Usos and Jimmy Jay and them are just looking great. They are some of the best things on here. So yeah, SmackDown goes off the air. There was literally, other than it was a Fox deal, obviously, now that we think about it, because yeah, Fox is doing throwback NASCAR, so we had to do throwback SmackDown, even though everything that they did, other than the classic videos, were predated SmackDown. Everything, Ico Pro, the ice cream bars, the block lettering, all of that predated SmackDown. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Just waiting till Backlash, because honestly, the build to Backlash has been fucking weak as shit. You've had 5 weeks, and you got 5 matches. You should have at least 7 right now, and using next week's Go Home. The Go Home show should not be a time to put another match on the pay-per-view. The Go Home show should be the time that you build and have the final hurrah for every match. But no, we'll probably get another match from Raw and SmackDown next week. But that is all. That is your SmackDown review. It was a mild show. And yeah, throwback, it's not. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Follow me on Minds at the Frowns Club. Follow me on twitch.tv/The Frowns Club. And follow me on Instagram at The Frowns Club. And I will see you guys on Monday for what will probably be another awful episode of Raw. Until then, my name's The Frowns, and I'll see you guys later.